biology, English, weightlifting. You know that you can be exempt from PE courses. Cerebral palsy, right?
I like a challenge every now and then.
Heading for the short bus?
I wouldn't want to take your seat. Don't push me!
What are you gonna do about it?
Mind your own business.
I'll see you on the mat later.
Just leave me alone.
I've got an idea. Let's go. Have you ever wrestled before?
As actors with cerebral palsy, CP, appear more and more on screens, people start to get more educated about the condition. But there is a lot more than meets the eye when the subject is CP, and the information could turn over a leaf for you as a developmental disabilities advocate. The many symptoms. CP causes impaired movement associated with abnormal reflexes, floppiness or rigidity of the limbs and trunk, abnormal posture, involuntary movements, unsteady walking, or some combination of these. However, there are hundreds of other symptoms that aren't necessarily physical that also affect people with cerebral palsy. Miss one of them, and it can affect finding a solution. Here's the YouTuber Bethany Shimbri about hidden symptoms.
Yes, it doesn't look like I have hand problems, but you don't understand. I remember taking exams in university and holding a pen for an hour and a half, and my hand will basically be stuck like this and on fire for the next 2 hours. Also, the fatigue aspect of cerebral palsy, you often don't see. Our symptoms are very sporadic and confusing and more than what you actually probably realize.
So, the next time you're with a client who has CP, you may need to ask him questions to get to the bottom of what he's going through. The symptoms of CP are not usually obvious just after a baby is born. It makes it incredibly hard for parents since they react once the symptoms appear. How can you be prepared to help your child? Here is what the experience looks like for the mother of a child with CP.
She was unable to coordinate with eating, so she destatted a lot. So we had a lot of 911 calls, to them come out to resuscitate her. A lot of sleepless nights. She also had reflux, so anything you did feed her, she would be throwing up pretty much immediately. So I slept sitting up with her on me for probably the first 4 months of her life.
While some CP clients may seem high functioning, their families, no doubt, went through trials while those affected were growing up. Being sensitive with guardians is also a way to improve your advocacy skills. Many people associate CP with learning disabilities, but that may not necessarily be happening. Despite CP being a condition caused by brain damage, it does not on its own affect a person's intelligence. Studies have shown that as many as 50% of children with CP have some form of cognitive impairment caused by a coexisting condition. In half the cases, people with CP will enjoy an average and sometimes an above average IQ. In Brandon's case, he is going to college.
I'm going to DCTC, Dakota County Technical College, and I want to study radio broadcasting and journalism.
Hi, I'm Brandon. I'm here with Austin Greenwald.
My dream job would be probably working at KS95 or to be a play-by-play announcer for the Minnesota Wild. When I was a kid growing up, my motto was never give up.
Never back down, never lose faith. Because if you don't follow that motto, where are you going to get in life?
Listening to Brandon talk this way makes you believe that CP is not so demanding. But remember that the condition is different for every individual, so avoid making comparisons when dealing with clients. So there you have it. You are a few steps closer to understanding misunderstood scenarios of people with CP that will take your advocate skills to the next level. One extra tip before we wrap up. Avoid referring to developmental disabilities as diseases, which will also help foster a good connection between you and your client.
You can best anyone with that mind of yours. Prove that.
You're gonna need some more training. You can do this.
Mike does not see his disability as a hindrance. He's stronger because of it. Win from within.
And that's all for now. Thank you for watching. And remember, First Choice Family Services is your information resource for the DSP industry.